Okay, Lady
Okay,
Ada.
we're live.
This is live. What is this?
This is the Adafruit Weekly Show and Tell, where us and you, all you engineers and makers and hackers and artists who are hanging out in your bedrooms and living rooms doing electronics, get to hang out and show and tell. Like a maker fair every day, but you can wear slippers.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people today, which is awesome. But if you didn't get to make it into the show and tell because it filled up really fast,
It's full.
we do this every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Okay.
There's plenty of Wednesdays ahead.
There's nearly infinite Wednesdays.
Yeah. Well.
There's a lot.
All right. So first, Tony. Tony is from
Adafruit Northwest.
Adafruit Northwest. What you got cooking this week, Tony?
Hey, yeah. So I've got a couple things real quick. So first is a little retro thing. I found this at a Goodwill. It is the first edition of The Art of Electronics.
Wow.
Yeah.
1980. And it was only $3. It was a super deal.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it looks great. I love the cover on this first edition. It's
still cheaper on Amazon. That's a pricing joke for people who have to have pricing wars with Amazon.
But it's a great book. I mean, it's obviously a little bit dated. Like the microprocessor section covers the 8085, which I don't think many people are going to use these days. But all the analog stuff, I'm sure, is still really useful and handy to have. So. Yeah, check it out if you're ever out at a used bookstore. You might find.
Yeah, I mean, you probably know the story. We wanted to find out if the new edition is coming out. We also wanted to stock it in the Adafruit store, and we managed to contact Horowitz.
Right.
And he went into his attic and got the original drawing and scanned it in for us and sent it to us, and that's how we were able to do the only official.
Oh, that's great.
Transistor Man T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got the art.
Yeah.
And you were totally like, yeah, don't worry. Like, the next edition's coming out, like, any day now. They're like, are you sure you want to carry the second edition?
Send it off to the publisher any day now.
The third edition's coming out, like, any day, and that was, like, 3 years ago. And I was just like, no, I know this story.
So he said, well, we'll just maybe do the shirts for now. And
Nice.
All right.
The analog stuff's great, though.
And then the other thing I have real quickly, so I'll just show the FT232H board last week. So I've just been working on getting the I2C library to work, and this is a demo of the little 7-segment I2C display and the TMP006 sensor, which is a non-contact infrared temperature sensor. And this is basically just showing my computer is running a Python script, and it's talking to the FT232H here, and then that's talking to the two I2C devices here. So if I hold my hand over the temperature sensor, you can kind of see it goes up a little bit. Let's see, my hand's a little cold, so if I pull it away, though, it goes back to kind of the ambient room temperature. So it's real neat. There's no microprocessor here. It's just the FT232H. And the cool thing is it's using the libraries that I created for the BeagleBone Black and the Raspberry Pi. There are just a few small modifications you make to pass in the FT232H object as an I2C kind of driver, and then it goes from there and uses the exact same code. So I'm working on a quick little guide that hopefully later this week we'll get up that shows how to take like an I2C device, some of the sensors, or maybe a little SPI display, something like that, and use it directly using the 232H chip here. So.
Okay, looking forward to it.
That's great. Yeah, that was more popular than we expected, and a lot of people like it. We knew it was a cool idea, but it was like, okay, I have ideas for this already.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we check out Carmen just for 1 second?
Oh yeah, we got the
Thank you. That's just delightful. Okay, that's Cat in the Box. All right. Next up, Noah and Pedro from Adafruit South.
South, yay! Where it's kind of cold, but not really.
What do you know about cold?
Yeah.
It's like 25 degrees out here.
All right. What you got printing this week?
This week we have a very special new printer. We're testing out the Orion Delta printer. Ooh, wow. So, everybody make sure to stay tuned for Ask an Engineer, get 10% off.
Yeah, these are the coolest looking 3D printers right now, I believe.
Yes, very, very hypnotic.
Yeah.
Cool. But tomorrow we have a very special show. We're going to talk about this project, which is a coin sound jewelry project using the Trinket, piezo, and a simple vibration switch. So definitely check out that tomorrow, and then next week we have another project for you, or actually not next week, but the week after. We have a very cool 3D printed Pi case.
Oh, great. We're still looking at the jewelry project, but now we're on to the Pi case now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is for the Model A Plus. Ooh.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. It's on Thingiverse already if you just can't wait to print it. So yeah, definitely check out tomorrow's show, 3 p.m. Myself, Pedro, and Matt Griffin talk about some news, go over some CAD, and quick sneak peek of a future project. Ooh, what's that?
Man.
Adorable little joystick. Oh,
All right.
Oh, sounds like
Well, I'm definitely tuning in. I have to, but I would want to anyways.
everything in electronics all the time.
All right. Thanks so much, Noah,
Let's go
Pedro.
back to Carmen for a second.
The
Carmen.
cat.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
All right. Okay. Who's next, Lamar?
Okay, sorry, distracted. This cat is so cute, licking itself. Okay, we're gonna do Richard, James, Igitier, Doug, Virgil, Brian, and Ijo.
Okay.
In that order. So let's start with Richard. Let's take about like.
Yeah, we can get to everybody. All right, Richard, your screen is dark.
Richard was totally here.
He was just here, so we will come back to Richard.
We'll go back to Richard. We're gonna go to James. Is James around?
James is here. Hey,
Okay.
James, unmute your mic and show us your project.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, James.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, nice to meet you. First time on the show. Thanks for having me on.
Oh,
Say,
well,
I want to show you how to get a push notification from any Raspberry Pi project you have. So I picked a really simple project to show you. I'm just going to use one of these little berry clips. It's got a few LEDs, a button, and a buzzer on it. And so I'll show you my setup here. Can I share my screen? I'm going to go ahead and share it. If I
Can.
You can.
It's a what you want to do is you want to click the share button. Oh, you're already.
Oh, wow,
all
you're
right,
already
great.
on it. Okay, we see
I
your
did it, right?
Yep, and you see
Okay.
the web. Yep, there you go.
So there's my here's my setup right here. You see the Pi,
Yeah.
and I have an iPhone here. You with me?
Yeah.
And then if I go ahead and share my screen, I went to Adafruit and got the WebIO Pi installation
Okay.
project, right?
Yep.
Installed that, and then put the local IP address for my camera right there.
Okay.
If you can
Hello.
see that. I'm going to share this whole thing.
Yeah. That way you don't have to hold the camera.
Exactly. So you can see the local IP address there for the camera, and this is, or rather for the Pi. This is just happening right over my local Wi-Fi network. Maybe you've seen this thing before. So now I can toggle GPIO. You hear
That's
the,
cool.
hear the
Oh, yeah.
buzzer.
VP.
And so then what I did after that is I work for a startup in Silicon Valley. We make networking software, and we're just going into beta this Friday, and we want to invite any viewers to try it. But we make a software package. It's free to download for the Pi. And then I'll come off screen share here and show you how it works. We're back to the camera. And so you can see, I'll push the button on the berry clip. I got my iPhone right here.
Okay.
There's
Oh.
the push. Now you can see that. Yeah, that iPhone is on LTE only, right? There's no Wi-Fi there. I think you can see that.
Yeah. You got IoT notification.
It's total IoT. And now I can open up our app, and you will see the alert,
Oh, that's super handy.
Cool.
which pressed. So we'll be offering a free beta on this. Anyone wants to come, try it out, you're welcome. And we'd love to have as many Adafruit viewers, try it out as possible.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the demo.
Send a separate blog tip on our contact form when you guys launch, and we'll put it up for Pi Day or whatever day you send it to us.
Super. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Thanks, James.
Don't forget, email support@adafruit.com, and you get as seen on the show and tell sticker. You have a giant iPhone 6 Plus, so it'll fit on the back.
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a nice
Those are
greenhouse.
those are great for demos because they're big screens.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
space in the back
All
of the
right.
sticker.
Who's next, Lady Ada?
UGTA.
Next. Okay, here you go. Hello.
Hey,
Those
hello.
are some nice goggles.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
What you got?
So, I don't have a project today, but I have some retro tech that I wanted to show off. That
Excellent.
Totally. We're gonna count your goggles.
What?
No,
The goggles also count.
RetroTech counts and any
Both.
and any electronics count.
Yes.
That's the new
I actually
rule.
I swapped out the lenses and I took out the UV filter ones and I put the clear ones on,
Yeah.
so it gives it a different effect.
Yeah, I like that.
The retro tech I save is a disk 2, an Apple disk
yeah.
drive. this is a 36-year-old piece of technology, piece of history, really, that I saved from my school that was gathering dust in their storage, and they were about to throw it away. And it is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you the inside. Like the case itself is like solid steel, and the inside is just cast iron itself. So this doesn't have. If this did have a heating problem, I'm sure it took care of it. But you guys can see a glimpse into the past and how far we've come to disk drives.
Oh, that's a nice circuit board, though.
And there's a lot of people who probably use these.
I use these. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Everybody uses them.
And what I like most is like the most satisfying is the click action of how it grabs the drive. You flips up, you put the disk in,
Yeah.
it just clamps on to the drive. I did a little reading on it, and the interesting the specifications for this was that it has 113 kibibytes of memory on one disk, which is a unit I never heard of, and it's actually equivalent to 1024 kilobytes. So one disk had the equivalent of 116 megabytes. So they would on an Apple computer they would have two of these, and it would enact as a monitor stand and be the hard drive for the computer.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Now, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to turn it into an enclosure? Are you going to keep it as is? What are you going to do with this?
I'm going to keep it as is because this is it's in pristine condition. I'm not sure if it works because I don't have an Apple II computer, but all the components are, undamaged, and it's a piece of history.
Yeah. Well.
Go lead soldering. It'll never go back.
All right. Well, send an email to support@adafruit.com. Thank you for sharing the retro tech. As someone who I am myself, I'm a 36-year-old piece of technology. I appreciate seeing things like that. All right.
They're very satisfying. I like the latch.
Okay, Lady Data, who is next?
Doug is next.
Okay, let me get to. Yeah, well.
Okay.
Where's
I
Doug?
also believe that the auto voice detect is on, so that's why it's flipping through multiple people.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. I think Doug dropped out. Who's next?
Sorry. Virgil is next.
Virgil.
Hello?
Want me?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
I'm
Project.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Oh,
I think my video is better than it was last week.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Okay, the this is tonight I guess is 36th night. This is a project based on a donkey that I bought in 1978 for my daughter who was then an infant. I decided I could make one of them myself. This project has not been easy. In the process, I have burned out an Arduino Pro Mini, an Adafruit mono amp. I've stripped the gears on 2 servos. I tried 2 DIY amps that didn't work, or worked but weren't loud enough. And I also tried to do a DIY. I have the Adafruit PWM servo board in there, but it's bigger than I like. So I tried to make my own with. I bought some PCA 9685 chips, and they were beyond my soldering skills. So this is where I am.
Okay.
I'm about ready for the donkey.
Okay.
Let me show you the insides. I hope you can see that.
Yeah.
What we've got, that's a trinket, a 3-volt Pro trinket. There's the PWM servo board. It's an Adafruit mono amp and a micro SD microchip. Over here there's a servo I took out of a multifunction printer, a 4x AA battery pack, and a micro servo that's there for demonstration only, because I ordered 2 servos yesterday that'll arrive tomorrow night with metal gears, because I've been having trouble with. I ordered a standard and a micro, been having trouble with the gear stripping, so I'm hoping that the metal gears will do better. So here's what it does.
Okay.
I don't think there's a licensing problem on the music, but I don't want to leave it on too long, so I'll keep Lady Editor jail. But you can see the servo moving. That's going to turn the donkey's head, and that's the music. And that is the music.
Playing. I can't quite hear the music. What's the song?
It's Donkey Serenade, and it's that's what the original donkey played.
Okay.
Very cool.
And this is the donkey. I opened him up, and I had the servo up in his neck. But by the time I messed around with it too much, the gears were stripped, and that's where I am. I will took about this much stuffing out of it.
Yeah. All right.
And so maybe I'll be back when I have the whole thing working. Yeah. But my daughter's coming this weekend, so my objective is to get it done by then.
Okay.
Yeah, come back when it's finished, and also send an email to support@adafruit.com and get your SE on the show and tell sticker. And of course, when it's all finished, take a photo and make sure you send it to our blog. That's a cool project.
Yeah, servos do. I mean, they're good, but they do strip easily. If you have a human fighting the servo, the human will win.
Okay, next up is Andy, and you are at a makerspace workshop. Maybe you can pan around a little bit. What are you guys doing?
Oh, want to unmute him?
Yeah.
So,
hey, Andy.
now.
Yeah.
So what we're showing off is not necessarily a piece of tech. Maybe we'll do that here in a minute. But what we're showing off tonight is a analog version of the meetup. We meet at Tech Shop Pittsburgh every third Wednesday of the month. I'm going to see if I can switch over to the group view. So we have a bunch of guys. We get some gals in here too from time to time, and some youth that come in and bring their projects. We do it, like I said, every third Wednesday of the month. We're constantly looking at the new stuff you have for sale, which is awesome. And then we're also showing off our projects. The one we have right now is using some of your NeoPixel strips. And we did a LED Christmas tree. Let's see if I can get back over to that.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, it's Bluetooth controlled from a tablet, an Android tablet using MIT App Inventor 2. And let's see if I can do so we have a custom little Tech Shop app here.
Oh, nice.
And you just hit that, and it sends a serial message to the Bluetooth. And then whatever that serial message says, it launches a function in the Arduino code. We're going to be teaching a workshop on that coming up here, featuring the Pro Trinket and the NeoPixel sticks. So we'll be teaching people how to get from Android app to Arduino.
Very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the things that I like to do is when I try to describe what Tech Shop is, because I wrote an article a long time ago on Make about how all libraries should turn into tech shops, and there should be a tech shop in every city. It's all the best things about a makerspace, hackerspace, workshops, maker fair, but it's also like a gym membership for makers because you get access to like all the equipment. So you guys have like amazing things that you can do right on premises, right?
Yeah, and the other nice thing about this meetup, outside of membership, this meetup is free to anybody that wants to drive here. So if they want to come all the way from Maryland or whatever, this meetup doesn't require membership. So Tech Shop also posts things for the community outside of the internal community. So that's we've been going strong for almost, I think, probably over a year now with this meetup. And like I said, we love your stuff. The learn side of everything is what really drives us.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we'd like to go and do workshops everywhere, but it's more efficient to put up the tutorials on Learn.
So, thank you guys.
All right.
We could get on and say hi.
Okay, thank you so much, Andy. When you send an email to support@adafruit.com, please let us know the number of people that were in the background, and each person is gonna get as seen on the show and tell sticker. They just have to wear it though.
Sweet. They definitely will. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Lady Ada, who are we up to now?
Okay, sweet. So we got through. Is Richard back? No, Richard is still gone. So we are up to Brian.
All right, Brian. Unmute your mic and show us your project.
Hiya.
Hello.
Hey, Brian.
Hiya. I've got a few things to show you. We've had a Hacker Day in space today. I'm in Makerspace in Cambridge, and I brought a few of my projects to show. And since I was up, I thought I would show them off.
Okay.
So the first one is, I don't know if you can see it, it's a name badge,
That's cute.
and it changes.
You're a kitten.
Kittens.
You're another
So-
kitten.
So it's my joke on the Internet of Things, because I stole the pictures of the cats from the internet, and it's you can see some of the stuff on the back of it. I don't know how well it's going to show.
Okay, so you get a battery, and then you have some microcontrollers in there.
Yeah, it's got the battery, it's got your boost controller, and then it's got I think it's a Arduino Pro, if I remember right.
Hmm.
So there's that one. This is the thing I'll just.
Ooh, that's
Oh, wow.
nice.
That's beautiful.
Nice work.
Don't worry, it's okay. So it's a little edgelit, a little laser cut edgelit.
Yeah,
Oh,
and as you can see, the screens are.
Oh, okay. So every day you can change it for what's the theme of the day.
yeah.
Yeah, and this one is very simple. It's just a Lego strip, Lego picture strip with a trinket.
But you know what's nice is the enclosure you made. It's really beautiful. You go the extra mile or the extra kilometer to make this.
It's actually the quickest project that I've done. It took about 2.5 hours to do from start to finish, and that's including designing that.
Okay.
And
Fast.
the other thing is there's a small mini
Oh, a little bot.
little robot which has got the new Model A tucked into it.
I like it. Yeah, you're like acrylic master.
Oh, I like acrylic. The Pi bow's always sort of like been my inspiration for making my cases. And finally, this is the.
You have like 20 projects.
These are excellent.
I've been saving them up for you.
This is
I'm
like.
on holiday this week. So.
You do not have to bring 8 projects. You
Yeah.
just have to bring one.
The bar is not only raised, but it's edgelit.
It's edgelit. Okay. All right. So this is
No, not the.
there's a graph, and then there's it's a Muybridge animation.
Yes.
Neat.
So that's running on a 32 by 32 RGB matrix. I don't know if you can see the detail on it.
Yeah, you can see the horse a little bit, but it's really bright.
And it looks better in person.
Okay.
So that's it. I thought I'd just pop along and show a few of the things.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brian. As seen on the show and tell sticker, of course, email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send one out to you right away.
And if you have any blog posts during these projects, we'd love to. People ask us about these kinds of projects all the time. We can link to your project. If you have any documentation online, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a few posts. I'm going to catch up.
All right, send us anything you got. That'd be sweet.
All right.
All right,
So we have
thank you.
2 more people we're going to try to get to them. We have Ijo, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes.
All right. So it's your project.
Okay, got 2 things to show. This is a, you see this?
Yeah.
It's a clock.
It's a thermometer. It's an IR thermometer.
Oh, okay.
And there are like 4 LEDs, 7-segment LEDs, and Arduino here. And basically it's the one Arduino controlling the 4 LEDs. You can just do that.
Up a little bit. Oh, there you
You
go.
can just do this with all the pins on the Arduino. There are just enough for them. And you can at the same time do the I2C to the IR sensor. Now, as you can see, the casing is just polycarbonate, two plates, and then some holders, and like this, soldered. Just the vellum print.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice soldering job. Very clean.
It's a bit of soldering, but it's about a day of work or so. Okay, now the other thing is I've got also the radio version of this. So this is a low power lab Atmega That's a 1284 Arduino with a radio modem. And here you see the little Melexis sensor. That's the 90164 chip. And I've got several of those in the house. And the trick is to program them such that they have a very low power consumption, so they can run for like a couple of months or so. So I've got a couple of those outside and in the basement, and they radio their measurements back to the router here upstairs.
Okay.
All right, and thank you for posting up a link to the, you put in the comments already, so that's in there if anyone wants to see it.
Yeah, if you want to play around or with the Motino boards, as they're called, then all the code is there, and also some results from the project.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And, of course, email support@adafruit.com. You get to ask Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. We have one last person, AJ. Let's see if we can have him show his project, and then we got to do Ask an Engineer. Hello, AJ. What's your project?
Well, I knew you were probably going to come to me and ask me that. I was thinking about it, and I can't exactly show, but more than anything I can tell.
All right.
Okay.
You have 45 seconds to tell us about your project.
I have a remote rig box. Basically, it lets me connect to my radio station, which is about 30-some miles away from my office, basically. Basically, what it does, it connects to my ham radio. I have a Kenwood TS480, basically. And what I have done in recent years is I've actually found an application. It's called a remote rig. It's made by Microbit out there in Sweden. And basically what I'm able to do with my radio is that I have it connected via a serial connection, and I'm able to then tap into it and use this program called Ham Radio Deluxe and basically use the software to control it remotely.
That's pretty cool.
But other than that, I actually have the control head sitting here with me, if you can see. The control head is right here. This right here.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, good, right.
And this is the box right here. And this box is basically connected through my wireless internet, through the wireless LAN here, and is contacting the other remote box back down at the remote site, which is at my office. Which is then patched through the control head and the microphone. So basically the two protocols that it's using is the SIP and the RTP. So when I turn it on, it makes a little tone.
VFO B7.18500.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And
this goes over the internet. It's 30 miles away, so you have another, you can pick up things from there.
yeah, it basically is going over.
It's like a ham VPN.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. But the thing that I'm using is the dynamic DNS to address it, and that's how the connection is basically being made. There's a few ports that I had to forward. And other than that, it's like you're actually using it here.
Yeah.
In my unit, considering this is like a condo and there's like no space whatsoever, so everything's pretty much just patched through. And most of the hams really like the TS480. I'll say that right now.
All right. Well, you get a As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. Thank you for showing that project. That was great. You described it perfectly. Right, so, Full House tonight. That was amazing. Whew. All right, thank you, everyone. We'll see you here next week. If you're watching this and the room was full and you couldn't get in, sorry, just try back next week.
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah, and let's say goodbye to a cat.
Bye, cat.
Bye, cat. All right, we'll see you on Ask an Engineer in like a minute. Whew.
Thanks.